How do you address concerns about your capability to handle the toughest job in the world well into your 80s?
Well, first of all, I spent half my career being criticized as being the youngest person in politics. I was the second youngest person ever elected to the United States Senate, and now I'm the oldest. The first stage is trade the hostages for a ceasefire. Number two, the wages of black unemployment is the lowest level it's been in a long, long time. Number three, we're trying to provide housing for black Americans and dealing with the segregation that exists among these corporations that collude to keep people out of their houses. Three, under his administration, killed an Al-Qaeda person, come in and his administration, killed 3 American soldiers. 51 years, constitutional scholarship said it was the right way to go. Everyone from the United Nations Security Council straight through to the G7 to the Israelis and Netanyahu himself have endorsed the plan that put forward. And by the way, I'm the guy that organized the world against Iran when they had a full-blown intercontinental ballistic missile attack on Israel. No one was hurt. No one Israeli was accidentally killed, and it just stopped. We saved Israel. I don't know what the juries will do, but I do know he has a real problem. And so the fact that, could you ever think you hear any president say that I'm going to seek retribution? Do you ever hear any president say that I thought Hitler had some good ideas? I said I wasn't going to run again until I saw what happened in Charlottesville, Virginia.
And he says he ran because of Charlottesville. He didn't run because of Charlottesville. He made up the Charlottesville story.
And the idea that somehow that's the only reason I ran because I was worried a guy like this guy could get elected. If he thought they were good people coming out of that forest, carrying those woods, carrying those torches, then he didn't deserve to be president. And in addition to that, we find that the impact on the choice that black families have to make relative to child care. There was no inflation when I became president. You know why? The economy was flat on its back. We have covered, with the ACA has increased, I made sure that there are $8,000 per person in a family to get written off for health care. We're providing for equity and making sure people have a shot to make it. There's a lot going on, but in inflation, he caused it by his tremendous malfeasance in the way he handled the pandemic. With regard to prescription drugs, the idea that they're going to, I'm proposing that everybody, the millionaires pay 1%. And on the ACA, as I said, you're in a circumstance where 400,000 people, 40 million people would not have insurance because they have a pre-existing condition. Over billions of dollars in private investment in enterprises that we are growing. By the way, we brought an awful lot of people, the whole idea of computer chips. We used to have 40% of the market. We invented those chips. We're the envy of the world. Name me a single major country president who wouldn't trade places with the United States of America. And those who he coddles up to, from Kim Jong-un, he sends love letters to, and Putin, etc., able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID. With dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare, you can see he is 6'5" and only 223 pounds, or 235 pounds. Well, you said 6'4", 200. Well, anyway, that's what you're. Anyway, just take a look at what he says he is, and take a look at what he is. But by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf with you if you carry your own bag. This is a guy who says Hitler's done some good things. I'd like to know what they are. He just doesn't know what he's talking about. He wants to cut the cops. I never heard a president talk like this before. They don't want to screw around with us.
Thank you.